The command deck of the Jothic warship Bloodclaw hummed with the energy of 1,000 systems, all designed for one purpose: domination. General Kraveth stood before the observation window, his four eyes scanning the debris field that had once been humanity's outer defense perimeter. Another victory. Another step closer to Earth. Behind him, bound in neural restraints that kept his body rigid but his mind unfortunately aware, knelt Oliver Chen. The human commander had fought well, better than any prey species Kraveth had encountered in his 3 centuries of conquest. But fighting well and winning were different things entirely. "Your fleet is destroyed," Kraveth said, his translator rendering his clicks and hisses into cold, mechanical English. "Your stations are ash. Your people will kneel or die." He turned, mandibles spreading in what his species considered a smile. "Tell me, Commander Chen, what does humanity have left?" Oliver's jaw was clenched so tight that blood trickled from where he'd bitten his cheek, but his eyes, those defiant human eyes, remained steady. "You haven't won yet." Kraveth laughed, a sound like grinding metal. "Haven't I? We've studied your species for years. You're brave, I'll grant you that. Recklessly, stupidly brave. But bravery means nothing against superior firepower." "You don't understand us at all," Oliver whispered. Before Kraveth could respond, alarms shrieked through the bridge. His tactical officer's voice crackled with something the general had rarely heard from his warriors. "Fear. General. Contact. Single ship, human design, emerging from quantum fold directly off our bow." "One ship?" Kraveth's laugh died as the viewscreen activated. A sleek vessel, smaller than a frigate, hung in the void like a silver dagger. "Destroy it." "Weapons won't lock. It's generating some kind of interference pattern. Our targeting systems can't." The ship moved, not the slow, ponderous movements of capital vessels, but with a grace that seemed to mock physics itself. It danced through the Jothic formation, and where it passed, warships died. Not from missiles or beams, but from something far more precise. Surgical strikes that found reactor cores, ammunition stores, command centers. Each explosion bloomed like a deadly flower in the void. "Impossible," Kraveth breathed. "What is that pilot?" Oliver's lips curved into a smile. "That's not a pilot. That's my sister." The comm system crackled to life without anyone activating it. A woman's voice, calm and almost gentle, filled the bridge. "Jothic vessel Bloodclaw. This is Lieutenant Commander Diana Chen of the U.S. Valkyrie. You have my brother. I'd like him back." Kraveth's claws tightened on his command throne. "You're outnumbered 50-1, human. Surrender and you'll die quickly." 50-1? Diana's voice carried a hint of amusement. "General, I grew up with 3 older brothers. I've faced worse odds at dinner." On the tactical display, 3 more Jothic cruisers vanished in silent fury. The Valkyrie hadn't even slowed. "Who is she?" Kraveth demanded, turning to Oliver. "What kind of human can do this?" Oliver's smile widened despite the blood on his lips. "You wanted to know what humanity has left? She's what we have left. The ones who don't quit. The ones who come for family." Diana's ship pivoted impossibly, spiraling through a killing field of plasma fire that should have vaporized her. Instead, she seemed to predict every shot, threading through the barrage like a needle through silk. The Valkyrie's weapons spoke again, and 2 more warships broke apart. "Your neural scanners," Diana said, her voice still maddeningly calm. "You used them to study human commanders, didn't you? To predict our tactics, our strategies? You thought you understood us." Kraveth's blood ran cold. She was right. The neural scanners had given them every advantage until now. "But you made a mistake, General," Diana continued. The Valkyrie barrel rolled through an explosion that consumed a Jothic destroyer. "You scanned soldiers, warriors, people trained to think tactically. You never scanned a big sister who grew up protecting her little brothers from bullies." Another 3 ships died. The Jothic fleet was in chaos now, commanders screaming contradictory orders, ships colliding as they tried to track a target that refused to behave like any ship should. We don't think like your AI predicts, Diana said. We don't move like your models suggest. Because humans aren't logical when family is threatened. We're something your 3 centuries of conquest never prepared you for. The Valkyrie suddenly changed vectors, accelerating directly toward the Bloodclaw. Point defense systems opened fire, filling space with enough firepower to obliterate a moon. Diana flew through it all. We're absolutely, completely, utterly unreasonable. Kraveth watched in horror as his flagship's shields failed under a precisely targeted assault. The Valkyrie was close enough now that he could see it with his own eyes, a silver dart trailing fire and fury. "Release my brother," Diana said, and for the first time, her voice carried an edge. "Or I'll show you exactly how unreasonable I can be, if I refuse." Kraveth's voice trembled despite himself. "Then I'll cut through your ship until I find him myself." "And General?" The Valkyrie came to a stop, hovering before the Bloodclaw's bridge like an avenging angel. "You asked who I am. I'm his sister. I'm the one who taught him to never give up. I'm the one who promised our mother I'd bring him home." The main view screen flickered, and Diana's face appeared. She was young, perhaps 30 human years, with the same dark eyes as her brother. But where Oliver's eyes held defiance, hers held something far more terrifying. Absolute certainty. She smiled, and Kraveth finally understood why humanity had survived this long against impossible odds. "And General Kraveth," Diana said softly, "I'm your death." The Valkyrie's weapons powered up, and in that moment the mighty conqueror of 100 worlds realized that he'd made a fatal error. He hadn't just attacked humanity's outer defense, he'd touched someone's family. Kraveth looked at Oliver, then at the unstoppable force hovering before his ship, and made the only logical decision left: release him. As Oliver was freed and transported to the Valkyrie, Diana's parting words echoed through the bridge. "Go home, General. Tell your people what happened here. Tell them that humans protect their own. And if you ever come back, I'll be waiting." The Valkyrie vanished into quantum fold, taking Oliver home. Behind them, the remnants of the Jathik fleet limped away, carrying a message that would echo across the galaxy. Humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their technology or their tactics. It was their refusal to abandon each other. It was the bond of family. It was people like Diana Chen who would fly through hell itself to bring a brother home, and that made them the most dangerous species in the universe.